Hello and welcome. Today we're going to learn some really practical and useful English sentences for talking about our daily life and our home. It's so important to be able to talk about these things. So are you ready? Let's get started. So here's our plan. First, we'll talk about where we live. Then we'll go inside and look at the rooms. After that, we'll walk through a typical day, talk about helping at home, and we'll finish up with a quick review. Okay, let's dive right into our first section. We're starting with the place we all call home. As we go through these, try to listen carefully to how the sentences flow. Listen to this sentence. We live in a flat in Leicester. See those small words, in? They're super important. This tells us the type of home and the city. Why don't you try saying it out loud? We live in a flat in Leicester. Now we're getting a little more specific. When we talk about which floor we're on in a building, we use the word on. Our flat is on the second floor. That's really helpful if someone is trying to find you. And this is how you can tell someone your exact address. It's pretty straightforward. You just say, my address is, followed by the number and the name of the street. My address is 2 Green Road. Nice and clear. You know, asking questions is just as important as knowing the answers. To ask if something exists, we can start with, is there? Listen to how my voice goes up a little at the end of the question. Is there a garden at this house? And here's how we can give a no answer. We use isn't. It's just a shorter, more common way of saying is not. So, there isn't a garden. This is exactly how people speak in everyday conversation. Fantastic. Now that we've talked about the outside of the home, let's step inside. In this next section, we'll be looking at rooms and furniture. So, if you want to say what rooms you have in your house, you can start with there are. We use are here because bedrooms, well, that's more than one. It's plural. There are 2 bedrooms. We often link an activity to a certain room, right? So, for example, what do we do in the living room? Well, a very common thing is we watch TV in the living room. Now, what's really cool is that we can add describing words to make things more interesting. It's not just an armchair. It's a big armchair. See how that one little word, big, helps you imagine it better? This sentence gives us a really useful pattern for saying where things are. First the object, the books, then are in, and finally the place, the bookcase. It's a simple structure you can use for so many things. And here we go again, connecting an action with a place. What do we do in the bathroom? One answer is we wash our hands. It's a clear, simple, and very useful sentence. Okay, pay close attention to the little word here, at. We eat at the table. But remember, the books were in the bookcase. Getting these small words right is so key to sounding natural when you speak. All right, let's move on. Section 3 is all about a typical day. We're going to look at how to describe our daily routines, from the moment we wake up till we go to sleep. Here's a quick look at a simple school day. I want you to notice these key phrases. Get up, get ready, go to school, and go to bed. Think of them as little blocks you can use to build the story of your day. This shows us a sequence of events. First action, I washed my face. Second action, I went downstairs. And downstairs is a great word to know. It means you're moving from a higher floor to a lower one. Here's another really good question for talking about routines. We can start a question with do you when we're asking about someone's regular habits. And again, listen to that questioning tone. Do you brush your teeth? I love this sentence. It's perfect for showing a feeling and the action that happens because of that feeling. The feeling is, I'm really tired. And what's the result? So I'm going to bed. Now for section 4, helping around the house. You know, when we live with other people, it's important that we all help out. So let's learn how to talk about some of those common household chores. Take a look at this list. You can see lots of different jobs or chores. Notice the action words we use. Clean, dust, do, feed, tidy. These verbs are what we need to talk about housework. Do you do any of these? This is a perfect example of a full descriptive sentence. It tells us who does the chore, my sister and I. It tells us what they do, dust the furniture, and it tells us how often, once a week. All the key information is right there. A situation many of us know well. This shows cause and effect. The cause is, my brother makes a mess. And what's the effect? I have to clean it. That phrase, makes a mess is a very natural way to say someone makes a place untidy. Okay, we're on the home stretch now. For our last section, let's do a final review. We're going to look at some really useful words for describing people and places. These are called adjectives, and they really bring your English to life. Here we can see two words that are complete opposites. On one side, we have lazy. Evie is lazy, and the example tells us why. She doesn't study. And on the other side, we have hardworking. Sam is hardworking, and what's the result? He gets high test scores. And here's another great adjective, messy. Messy is the opposite of clean or tidy. The question that follows, why don't you clean it, is a really gentle and common way to suggest that someone should do something. To finish up, I want to leave you with this question. Now it's your turn. Think about your own day, your own home, the things you do. Try to describe them using the words and the sentences we've learned today. What does your daily routine look like? Practicing like this is the absolute best way to make this language truly yours. Thanks so much for joining me.